Our neighbours are playing music. Thank you for that.
That's okay.
Okay, we're back to the Ruby Tuesday. We're talking spoilers and ending specifically for what?
Shadow and Bone.
Wow, my brain just went. What? Right, let's get into it. Okay, so if you hear spoilers, potentially spoilers for the second season as well, because we're talking about the ending and where it's possibly going to lead, probably going to lead. So if you don't want to be spoiled at all for the second season, and you don't want to hear for some reason on an ending spoiler talk, then you maybe click off and go to our review, which I'll put up here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've actually read part of the second book as well, so we may just be influenced by that, and we might say something that's still yet to come.
Yes, indeed. Although they are doing their own things in a lot of parts.
That's true.
Okay, so if you're watching this, it's Friday or after Friday when it's been released, and you're like, that was excellent, but what the hell happened there at the end? We're talking specifically when we have that one line as voiceover, and they're going, I think now that the Darkling is dead, and it starts, the camera starts going over the fold, and you're like, he's not dead, is he? They're never dead, are he? And then you see him stumble and then stand up, and he's like, oh, he looks mad, and he's got like blood gunk, got like black goo just falling all down him, and then he says, what?
Follow.
And what follows?
Some of the creatures from the fold. So, yeah, I mean, I think that is super cool.
In a very scary way.
I have to say that the Darkling is probably my favourite character, simply because he's a little bit more fleshed out, so he becomes an actual, real person bad guy.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, he's completely obsessed with power.
But you know why.
But you begin to feel like there's more to him. And I appreciated that from the series, because I didn't really necessarily get that from the book.
Yeah, I do like the emotionality that you get from the actor in the series.
Yeah.
Although a lot of the time it just feels like he's on the verge of crying. He has those wet eyes acting. He seems very emotionally unstable, like Anakin.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault.
His fault, not as bad as that.
He's holding me back.
No.
But there are moments I was just like, oh, he's got wet eyes again. This is an emotional moment, guys.
But I also think that he felt really betrayed by Alina. You know, there's that moment where he's like, well, it's just you and me now. Like, he really felt like he had found a soulmate or something that he could go rule the world with, but...
Well, in his mind, what they were doing was the right thing.
Yeah.
So he was betrayed by that.
Sad.
Okay, so for some reason, the creations, which if you saw earlier in the episode, and this is spoilers now, guys, like we're really getting into the meat of the spoilers, you saw him saying, I don't have an army of my own, so I'm going to create one. And you see the black lines and lines go up his face, then you see the fold growing out of him just go boom, and the front of him, the army are all going down on their knees. You see the black lines going on them, and then you see the faces start to distort, and you're like, holy crap, what is he doing to those guys? And then afterwards the fold is created and we have creatures inside. And so if we're taking that logical next step from the distortion and the black goo and the fold that's there, we can guess, we can surmise that the people are in fact the creatures. And so now who he's telling to come with him, he's got an army of creatures that for some reason he's able to now manipulate them with enough power to take them out of the fold, which is scary. I don't know how long they'll be able to do that.
I wonder if he just didn't know that he could do that before.
Yeah. Because that was his first, it was a mistake. It was a thing that went wrong.
Yeah.
And since then he's had many years to perfect. You know, he's got that beam that slices people in half.
Yeah, he's super good at that now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's good at that. And so Alina's going to have to be really good at her sun summoning, because if they can come out in the day, then she's going to have to make her power dense. You know, it's going to have to be on the level as the creatures that he creates, also on the fold that is expanded. So how does she do that?
Well, I don't know.
I think she needs some
be a hard
allies.
task.
And that's what the last conversation was about. Leaving Ravka and finding allies, which is what the book 2 is about. So I'm wondering if they're going to take the rest of Six of Crows, which is kind of all of it, maybe the other book, and intertwine it again for book 2. I'm hoping that they're not just going to squish it all with book 2 and 3 and a little bits of the the prequels kind of books. I'm hoping that we get 3 seasons. But let us know, what do you think is going to happen? If you've read the books, do you think they're going to continue to stick to the storyline of the books, or continue to go their own way, because they have done that.
I mean, they're still roughly sticking to the books in terms of the chronology of what's happening.
Yes, that's true. Chat to us in the comments below, guys. Let us know how much you enjoyed the series. Which is your favorite character? Which was your favorite episode? Do you like the creatures? I'm just going to keep asking you questions. Let's chat in the comments. But most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.